Ripperino. Good run. Really good run. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Screamaday 10. 10 damn years.
No!
This was my past 2 weeks. Smashing out a clone of Vampire Survivors as quickly as I possibly could. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would say this is the first game thing that I've made that actually really feels like a game to me. Thank you, everybody, for the subs and the bits and everything. It's a huge list, and we've already spent a lot of time on the game. But thank you all so much. I do appreciate you. Special shout out to Craigit for handling the alerts again this year, by the way. What else? Also, that big bug that happened there with the first mini-boss spawn. I apparently, in the game code, I have the thing pointed at the wrong thing. I thought I had it pointed at the title of the channel points redemption, but it was pointed at the prompt, which I filled in, which had the explanation of what's going to happen, that your username will be shown, that you'll despawn if the player dies, right? So if you do it too close to the end, just know if the player dies, you'll lose out there.
Jesus said,
yes, I am the Lord.
And whatever else I had in there. It was just some disclaimery stuff to let you know what was going to happen. And anyway, it ended up going through on the screen, which was horrible. Not what I wanted to happen. There's always got to be like one big bug, right? At least it didn't crash the game. That would have really been unfortunate. I'm glad that didn't happen. All the important stuff is working. Polls are working, the channel points are coming through, bosses are spawning. But yeah, thank you so much, y'all. So yeah, I have the mini bosses set up to be once per stream for each person, and then there's a global cooldown of 3 minutes. So everybody has a chance to get in, but they are spaced out, so it's not like insane. But maybe some night, if you guys want to, we can try no cooldown, see what happens. I know it will be bad. But we could try that some night just for kicks if you guys want to blow your points away. Also, don't waste your points unless you see gameplay happening on the screen. It will not queue when the game is not running. It's not going to save those up. It's not checking something somewhere. This is a live only thing in terms of the game is like live and actively running. Did it? It's weird. Is it twice on the back end as well? I don't know. Weird. Yeah, there's 2 Quarry and 1 Sith. I don't know why that happened, but it happened. Well, I was thinking that I would continue developing this throughout Screamaday, to add stuff to it. I also don't know if I want to explain what any of the things are. I figured I would let you guys figure that out on your own. Some of it's pretty obvious, some of it's pretty obtuse. Thank you. Well, I will say DMS. The reason I did that is because this is self-piloting. And I didn't want to write logic to tell it to go around and collect all the experience, right? It's just like streamlining. Like, it's not very smart as it is. It should just focus on attacking and retreating. I love Krog. Krog is my favorite thing, probably. He came out so good. Oh, yours failed food? But I assume it ate your one for the night, right? Or did Twitch throw an error? Unfortunately, I can't do anything about shit that happens on Twitch's end. Maybe that does have something to do with it. Well, there's a lot of free assets in this. There's a mixture of like old emotes, a few things I made myself, and then a lot of free assets, which I need to get a list together and post that somewhere to share with people. But yeah, it was really, it was a large lift to do this in 2 weeks. I was pretty confident at the beginning. And then at the beginning of this week, I did start losing my mind. If the bosses are duplicating, I might have a glitch with the game like reboot post death. I'll bet it's probably a rogue event listener that probably duplicates every time the game restarts. So the next game you'll be able to spawn 3 bosses at once, and then 4, and so on. Thank you for the gift subs. Very much appreciated. Here comes Digicamon. It is time for screaming. Also, I am absolutely stalling because I'm eating dinner. Yeah, BFA. I'm afraid to tell you, Ends. I don't know if I want to say. I'm scared to answer you, Ends. Shush, Chloe, shush. Yeah, it's Phaser. It's Phaser, and this is all JavaScript. I did, yeah. I actually, that was kind of what inspired me to tackle it, was that I love that whole story of Luca just fucking around and just making something that he enjoyed, and when I heard that it was on Phaser, like, hell yeah. I know Phaser. I could make something like that. It kind of gave me it gave me something to look at to go, oh yeah. I mean, like, you can make a fucking game. So that was definitely an inspiration here. That is my voice, by the way. Yeah, there's like some ghost bosses going on here. Those two in the middle, they don't have collision for some reason. So they're probably not supposed to be there. There's gonna be a bug or two. There's just gonna be a bug or two. Yeah, I didn't animate anything because I did not have fucking time. I did not have fucking time. Yeah, this is just music from Pretzel. The game has no music. Yeah, I thought about adding the... Well, there are more animations now, but Vampire Survivors had basically just a tween on every enemy. They just sort of rock back and forth. But there are some sprites that had frame animations. The characters have frame animations, for instance, like the player characters. Honestly, this was an exercise for me in restraint, because we had other different ideas for what to do this year, but nothing really quite clicked, and nothing seemed like it was necessarily going to be feasible in the amount of time available, blah blah blah. So I had the idea to do this day one of my 2-week PTO. And I let it consume every single PTO day like a wildfire. But basically, yeah, it's got to be it's a like a ghost event. I know how to fix it. I'll fix it sometime. But normally one of the things that I have a tendency to do is like fail to prioritize the right stuff, like when on my personal projects, right? I managed to avoid getting like mired in trying to perfect everything, or trying to make every single graphic myself or whatever. So I leaned on free assets. I focused on getting the foundational mechanics solid to where that stuff worked. Particularly making sure that the whole Twitch hookup and everything was going to work, because otherwise, like, what's the point? and then basically just didn't get caught up in any unnecessary polish stuff, you know. I don't know how much to tell you about the mechanics because I don't want to like demystify it. I don't know what the fun and or interesting levels are at right now, but I'm afraid if I explain too much that it'll just sort of become less fun to watch. Yeah, the ghost bosses don't have any collision, so they can't damage the player, nor can they be damaged. So they're just in the way. It's an annoyance. I'll figure it out and fix it. Nakomi actually kind of explained it on a recent stream. She streams now and then. You could definitely ask her to kind of, yeah, to give you the ending there. It's unlikely that we will return to that project, but it would be cool to make a new one with our more informed and experienced perspective now that we've done it once. Yeah, it was like an organ harvesting, sort of posing as a cult. Yeah. Centered around the cafe, sort of. That was what that whole symbol was about. But we bit off way more than we could chew with that game. I will go ahead and let you know, so that you don't get your hopes up, that there are no weapon/power-up evolutions in the game at this time. There was simply not time to do that. What you guys are witnessing right now was me straining like every fiber of my being to push this over the finish line in time. Yeah, probably like everyday game development. I basically put myself in crunch. So what have you guys figured out so far about the abilities? Thank you. I am kind of in love with the logo. Yes, yes. I'm pretty proud of the clones. I think the clones are pretty cool. And they occasionally make the AI look smart. Also, it's a crime to call it AI. They make the if statement look smart. Krog is very cute. You have nailed that. I think Krog is more powerful than it seems. Or it's extremely variable. Krog is chaos, which I think fits Krog quite well. Because Krog will hang out on top of the monsters sometimes, but you can't really control Krog's location. So sometimes Krog will fuck off and not be doing much of anything, like right now. Except for looking really cool and cute. But I think Krog is secretly pretty powerful. I will tell you, the vinyl was originally a lot more insane. Oh, have you guys done Yosh yet? I don't think you've done Yosh yet, have you? Oh, you did? Oh, okay, okay. Fun fact, Yosh was the second weapon implemented. Vinyl was the third. But anyway, when I implemented the vinyl originally, it was madness. I had it cranked up so high. It would come in and just flatten. It would just cut a swath. And also with my testing, I just would put it like, okay, let's just spawn 1,000 monsters. And it would cut like just a channel through them. But yeah, welcome to the intro. This is the intro for Screamaday 10. Every day this month. But yeah, just a reminder, don't waste your channel points if the game is not on screen. And also maybe if the game is about to, if it looks like the character's about to die, maybe don't spend them if you don't want them wasted. Just so you know. Well, I'm probably also going to try to turn it off when the game's not showing. Maybe it won't stop anybody, but you will just be wasting your points, is what I'm telling you. I'm letting you know. It's not secretly keeping a list. They're not all gonna like pile up and then show up in the next time the game's visible. Your points are just gonna be going into an abyss. So, just letting you know. Yeah. The mini boss points. I think once we die on this run, we can switch off. That's one problem with this, is I don't have a... I don't have like a smooth transition out of this. It just repeats forever, so... I know it's not this, Amerlin, because I know that you are kind. But initially, that came across extremely savage. You guys are doing pretty good again. Could do. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I really wanted to make a game that you guys actually felt like you were playing, like your choices really, really mattered. So, hopefully I've achieved that. I was thinking about, like, we could just, like, have Twitch plays Screamaday. Just leave this on between actual streams. But I'm afraid I probably don't have enough content for that. But you guys could give me feedback, and I could make changes and add to it. And like, one thing that's really not great is the map. Right, Zick? I'd have to change it up. Sub-spawn mini bosses. Or bits. One thing I'm pretty sure of is that I deeply doubt that I wrote the Twitch side of things correctly. I have a feeling it will dip out on its connection randomly. Like after a lengthy period of time. Boy, those bosses are really duplicating. Boy, oh boy. One of them is real there. Couple more resets, it's gonna be all bosses. Yeah, you guys have gotten quite far. To where you're now seeing the vampires and the armor have come out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like a rogue listener that's not being reset appropriately. I'm just using... So I have to get the ID, which is obnoxious because I can only get the ID by writing some code to dump all the IDs. Once I have the ID, then I can just get it by ID. Or listen for it by ID. I don't know if that's what you mean by token. Oh, right. Yeah, so the way I'm doing it, I'm just using event stuff. I'm not creating them. I'm not automatically controlling them. Because that would have been a lot more work. So, I had very limited time. There's definitely a lot of things that are, they're like first pass. I wasn't sure I was actually even going to include the channel points thing, and given how it's working out, I'm kind of feeling like maybe it needed a little bit more time in the oven. Because I was thinking, like, in an ideal world, it would be nice if the game would enable and disable the rewards that it specifically uses, or something along those lines, because it can fully manage channel point rewards. So it could have, like, I could just add them as features, and then it could just create them when it needs them and delete them when it's done. You might die here. Oh, oh, oh! You guys don't like luck? Yeah, yeah. You're basically tasked with protecting a really not smart little AI guy. Sometimes it doesn't make the best choices. But I didn't give it much to work with. Well, I'm not telling. You guys will figure it out. It'll be fine. Well, so the 10-minute countdown was actually just for tonight. So going forward, because it was the big reveal, right? So going forward, I'm going to have it start the game sooner. But it may cut into game time a little bit now and again. We'll see. Stasis is back. Pretzel, I pressed... You want to talk about Java script application that has issues. Let's talk about Pretzel. Oh. Wait a minute, this is so 3D. Did they switch away from pre-rendered 2D backgrounds when I wasn't looking? Stasis, baby. Screamaday Classic. Yeah, I want to like Pretzel, but their desktop app, which I have to use because of the way that my setup works, their desktop app sucks. It sucks so much. If you leave it on for more than a few hours, which is basically every stream for me, it is, I suspect, memory leaking to all fuck. It brings my computer to its knees. All right, let's get set up here. Stream, please. See borderless. Vertical sync. Excuse me. Okay, don't love that. When they do stuff like this, I never know what to do. I'm gonna leave it alone, I suppose. All good. All good. Audio. Okay, it's weird that they have things that look like you can click on them and sliders that look like you can slide them, and none of this is true. You gotta use these. We'll put it about there. Knock that down one. Rest is probably fine. Let's get some subtitles. Yeah. Okay, cool. It's already all good. I think we're ready to fly here. Stasis was a very cerebral point-and-click sci-fi adventure. It was an interesting mix of old school mechanics, but cool visuals and stuff. It's the game that had the... First of all, it had the drill thing. Where I was like, use drill on self, and it actually did, and I was not expecting that. Yeah, I think it was second Screamaday. And then the other one that really stuck in my mind was the spine surgery. Y'all remember the spine surgery? That shit was incredible. It was so good. I loved it. And then there was a sort of small follow-up. I'm forgetting what it's called. It was good too. It wasn't... I don't think it was as memorable as Stasis was. Kane, yeah, Kane. That one was good. It was good. It wasn't a full-blown sequel. It was sort of like a side story or an additional story. Yeah. I know, right? It's when you guys have been sharing like old Screamaday stuff, and I see myself, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I was a mere child. I was so smooth and young. Let's start this thing. It is so much darker when a light goes out than if it had never shone. The cursed alien isolation. It's surely going to end like within an hour, right? It's definitely not going to go another 17 hours. Me too, Zick.
45 minutes south, 71 degrees, 18.41 minutes west. This is salvage barge Kilo Delta Kilo 12 calling on VH channel 16. Over.
Nothing on the AIS.
Nothing.
Keep trying.
Repeat. Stationary vessel in position. 23 degrees, 10.45 minutes south. 71 degrees, 18.
This is reminding me of an old horror game called Cold Fear.
Charlie!
I never really played it.
I think it's drifting!
Radar says no. It's definitely stationary.
They did, yeah. They really did. This is very impressive so far. So I assume it's still going to be fixed camera,
Oil rig.
pre-rendered-esque, but probably real-time. Real-time 3D now.
Do you require assistance? Over.
Yeah, well, Kyler, we may have some stuff in the works. Might have a couple bangers in the works.
Deep Sea 15! Shit! It's a Cade Corp rig!
Still no response. No comms, no power.
I'm digging this very much already.
Just left instead of dismantling her proper!
Only one way to find out. We see a docking port up ahead. Hold on tight.
One thing I really liked about the original Stasis is that it has similar vibes to like I don't know, like an episode of Outer Limits or something. It reminds me of like schlocky TV horror when they used to do wacky shit.
Please let everything be all right. Please let everything be all right.
I feel like we only get stuff like that from games now. All right. Going on in. Oh, Weird. So even though it said VSync 60 FPS in the settings, it is 144. So whatever. Hey, as long as it is, I'm fine with it. Yeah, I know. Camp is gone. Camp is dead. It's so dead.
Okay, we're tied off. Rain may be letting up too.
Ha! And the foxhounds are live and sniffing.
Foxhound mapping network connected.
We really think these mapping drones are worth it?
We have to map the whole thing. With the salvage reports, there's no way we do that without drones. And we're borrowing them, Mac, not buying them.
Borrowing has a price too.
Look at it, Mac. If it's empty, this changes everything for us.
Not everything. Sorry. You're right.
They're communicating telepathically.
I'm gonna head into the rig.
Hey, let's sync the QSDs.
I did check out a demo a while back, I think.
Here's active.
Yeah, I still can't find the spare device though.
Was that like an
It's on
X-ray of
Rose's.
one of
I
them?
needed its battery.
Great.
Was that like a box
QSD on a toy bear. It'll be passing a seashell.
on the back of their
from
neck?
barnacles.
He's more than a toy.
Use an item by selecting it from the inventory and clicking on an interactive location on the puzzle screen. You can only use items on a puzzle pop-up screen. Ping with right click to highlight locations in the environment. Blue means interactive and green means description. Okay. Share an item by selecting and then clicking on a portrait. Oh shit, this is Stasis 0, dude. Or grab an item by hovering over a portrait and choosing the item. We have to trade items through a dumbwaiter. Open the PDA to view archived conversations, logs, and collectibles. Place items in the special inventory slots and manipulate them. Mac can break, bend, and crush an item. Charlie can repair or combine items. Oh, that's amazing. Switch characters by selecting their portrait. Wow. This is a wild feature for a point-and-click game. I wonder if this is difficulty based. Because this just tells you where everything is. This looks great, though.
We should really get rid of these. But yet,
Super Toy. The sophisticated robotic kid's toy casts a forlorn figure. The patchy fur betrays its age. However, this rare Mr. Kibbles model boasts a learning AI on par with modern alternatives. A variety of sentimental knickknacks occupy the wooden shelf. The rough sea has shifted some of Hope's favorite books. Oh god. It looks absolutely gross. It looks like we would want to cut this open. Which duct tape not going to do. Wait, does it have an on button? Oh, that was the exit button. Conspicuously, it looks like an on button. Okay, doesn't seem like we can do anything else. Oh, we can just straight open that up. Ah, it needs like an energy cell. Bathed in the glow shed by the fairy lights, the thick blankets promise warmth and security. That does look like a comfy ass bed. Pile of unopened letters has been stacked on the table. The words "final notice" and "payment due" emblazon the envelopes.
how are we going to... It's just... never ending.
I feel that. A family photograph of Mac, Charlie, and Hope. A cherished memory has been frozen in time. The smiling faces look back from behind the glass.
Hope. I keep waiting. But... fool's errand. Never hurts any less.
Not using code Dracula? What is this? Oh. I'll check that out later. Richie made a thing. I have to look. I'll look now. Where did you get such a high quality photo of my head? That's pretty fucking amazing. The angle of that and everything. Oh my god. Well done. Well done. Did I do everything in here? I think so. Yeah. Alright, let's go out here. I almost feel like I'm cheating with this shit. Workbenches. A variety of workbenches have been set up around the deck. Preparation for any salvage or broken tools that may require repair or adjustment. Hope's crib. Rainwater drips from the crib's bulging wood. The bassinet's pink paint has been worn away by the weather, and salt water has seeped through the little mattress. As a result, the impression left by a sleeping figure has almost vanished. Congealed and rusty scrap trawled from the ocean's depths. Unfortunately, much of this metal has been corroded by sea wash and acid rain, rendering it useless. Ocean. The dark ocean seeps into the horizon, an oscillating canvas upon which a full moon radiates, illuminating the ocean rig in the absence of functioning exterior lighting. A persistent breeze tumbles past the ship from the side, carrying with it a now familiar scent of salt and rust. These are well written. I'm down to like read everything they wrote because it's all very good. The ship's helm is a chaotic jumble of old equipment, charts, and novels weathered by use. An entrenched aroma of caffeine emanates from a dashboard-mounted espresso machine. Cell recharge station. A salvager wouldn't be caught dead without a power cell recharge station.
Fuse housing is totally rusted. Gotta fix it at some point. You know, with all the free time that I've got.
Nice. Okay. Alright, so we'll be coming back to this, no doubt. I wondered, though, do we stick the fuse in old Mr. Kibble? Probably won't do anything, I would imagine. You sons. Oh man, friends, we are gonna have a time. We are really gonna have a time. I guess this is not gonna do things. Alright. Void black broth slaps anxiously between the two hulls as if distressed by the chafing proximity of ship and structure. Various plastic detritus clings desperately to the structure wall, the refuse of a once active workspace. The ship's comms tower, kept sturdy and functional throughout the years through the liberal and rigorous application of welded steel and duct tape. A retractable bridge. In addition to providing a convenient means to board and disembark, it also proves helpful when attempting to improvise access to salvage, lacking any crew to roll out a welcome.
Okay, let's see.
Blue sky systems closely active. All systems nominal.
Radio check, video check, vitals check.
I hear you. You seeing what I'm seeing?
Mm-hmm. Plug suits live. Signal is good.
Oh, I love
This
that
rig is massive.
the light
Doesn't look
points where
scuttled
I'm
either.
pointing.
There's way too much equipment left behind.
That's awesome. Oh boy. Saucer. Sitting idle and unpowered, a Luna satellite dish idles, rust slowly claiming its surface. The amount of cargo left strewn about suggests the dish's demise may have come earlier. I can already tell that this is going to rock. I'm super excited about this game. Stacked cargo. The stacked cargo appears to contain disk drives. Water has found its way in, though, and it's unlikely any of the data has survived. Hastily packed cargo. This cargo seems to hold the personal effects of some of the crew who worked here. Awkwardly handled and imperfectly sealed, it seems they were packed in haste. A curtain of dark runnels coats the wall below, betraying the presence of leaks within the piping. Darkness swallows the other side of the landing as the sound of groaning steel structures echoes in the wind. Okay. I assume this is to leave this area, so I'm gonna skip going back for that. Let's check this out. The encrypted handheld device unlocks access to its owner's personal thoughts, messages, and reports. We love a PDA around here. I love that they're making games where there's PDAs in the future still, even though they're well dead today. Kurt Dog Darren, Motorman. I love the little like mugshot video thing. Ooh, Kane Corporation. Personal log. Looks like another lab is being set up on the Mule. Yesterday's cargo resupply had at least a dozen stasis pods. This morning I processed a sizable neural cortex vat suspended in jelly. Not gonna lie, it made me hungry. I forwarded the security protocols to Follis. Unfortunately, the asshole still has me by the balls and he knows it. I thought it was just in my head, but the more I listened, the more convinced I became that it was real. I asked everyone around me if they could hear it too, but they all just looked at me like I was crazy. I couldn't shake the feeling that the music was there, though. It was so faint and ethereal, like it was coming from another world. I've never had an experience like this before, and it's really unsettling. I wish someone else could have heard the music too, so I wouldn't feel so alone in this. Report. Investigate and order treatments for cybernetic degradation due to the salt air. Order a maglift coupler bracket. Investigate required spares for gas turbines and worn gate components. Order security latches for the maintenance lab. Check the new food and film catalogs. I love me a maintenance report list of stuff in a game like this. Message to Babs Darren, pending delivery. I fear that I may not express myself correctly if I try to tell you how much you mean to me. I am working on digging us out of the debt hole that I unwittingly put us in. I can only imagine the shock and disappointment you felt when you found out. I was sure the investment was good, but I recognize now I have a lot to learn. This guy's a fucking super stonker. He's he's a Reddit ape. I fully expect to repay the company and get you out of the debt holding facility in 5 years. Don't worry, these NFTs are gonna fucking pay off. I have a surefire way of making a ton of cash. I need to pay off a few game debts, and then I can get my system running again. You will always be right here in my heart, no matter where I am. Love, Kurt. So she's in a debt holding facility of his of his creation. Fuck. I mean, this is the future we deserve, so. The pill pushers told me to start keeping a dream journal, so here it is. The same dream I have every night. I am in a magnificent chapel. Large red and black stained glass windows with emblazoned images of Jesus and Mary are staring back at me. 1,000 voices hum in the background. I look down and have no arms, legs, or torso. My head is part of a seething mass of goop. I scream and the entire mass vibrates, and I start humming the same tune. My lips are forced to move against my will. A human figure enters from the vestibule and tears my tongue from my mouth. I am forced to look at the figure. It speaks. I do not understand its speech. Father Melvin would be proud that 3 years of religious education have finally borne fruit. Jucca paste. 4X crates, 120X bags per crate. Don't confuse berry for strawberry again. 25X bio days suit gel packs. Order tube, cable, and piping spares for the mule, including replacing a mile of melted 10-inch steel core cable. What the hell could fry this line in the freezing Pacific? 2X calcium injector units for Dr. Elspeth. The first mention of a doctor in a sci-fi point-and-click horror game. Memorize this name. There's probably some Resident Evil-esque shit going down around here. Message to Captain Haskeen. Haskeen? I'm gonna go with Haskeen. Captain. Look! Are there any issues with DS-15 outgoing mail? I've been trying to get a hold of my mother for the last month, and every message I've sent still marked as pending delivery. Oh, that was his mom. I thought it was his girlfriend or his wife. It was his mom. That was his mom. I've combed my settings a dozen times. I'm hesitant to push too hard since Kane takes care of my mother as part of my contract, but she's the only reason I put up with this. Holy shit. Wait, so she's in the company debt facility. Yeah, his mom somehow, when he looks like that, is still alive. And she's in the company debt facility. So it's he's making company script. Oh, buddy, you're never getting her out of there. She's gonna die there. She's a battery already, no doubt. That's why she's not getting your mail, bud. They've already collected the debt. I'm hesitant to push too hard, since Kane takes care of my mother as part of my contract, but she's the only reason I put up with this. Literally, shit work and criminal pay. I've spent the last 2 mornings unclogging sewage and scraping more of Kay's sorted experiments out of the assorted containers. I think I deserve the right to check up on her. Can you help me out, Cap? For old time's sake. That was a message that never received a reply, no doubt. Yeah, probably. Bell maintenance keeps tripping the electrics up here, which is a pain in my ass. Kurt, do this. Kurt, do that. Kurt, fix this. So I am going to bypass Substation 1 and Substation 4 and nuke them both from the system. Of course, that could result in a catastrophic fire, but that would be someone else's problem. No juice for the entire platform means a vacation for Kurt Dog. I assume he did some of those. Considering he refers to himself in the third person by a nickname that involves the word dog. The dreams have stopped, but the chorus has gotten louder. I can now make out some of the words. Boy, these logs are major whiplash. Apple trees and pear trees are in blossom. Mists above the winding river float. Quarantine order, as of corrupted. Redacted. Follis's drone races are on hiatus, which is bitter news. Worse yet, the quarantine went into effect before the last results and payouts were distributed, so I'm left twiddling my thumbs, waiting for this whole thing to blow over. I can feel in my gut that I won something, maybe even won big,
And I can't help wondering if the greedy bugger isn't using the quarantine as a cover to cut me out. He's about to cash in those GameStop shares. 65 log entries were erased remotely. Oh shit. Cap's wife came up from the mule in a body bag. Please keep me safe in your care, Kane. Help me to feel your presence and know that I am never alone. Wait, what? Protect me from all harm and guide me on my path. May your love and grace surround me always? Kane like the Kane Corporation? Huh. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. I guess Kane is God. Ah, puddles. Various panels seem to have been pried from the flooring, though the reason for this is unclear. As a result, puddles of rainwater have pooled into the exposed architecture. These containers seem to have been packed and placed in preparation for loading them onto a ship. However, the extensive weathering from the elements suggests that such a ship never came. A thick layer of grime has collected within the deeper recesses here, while paint has peeled away from a lot of the piping. It's hard to tell if this is also a result of the installation being abandoned, or simply negligence when this rig was still manned. Well, I don't know. I guess if Kurt Dog was in charge, might be a little suspect. The storm shutter has been lowered. Fortunately, it can be opened with a light tug on a driving chain. You say that, but this just makes me imagine losing your whole hand. Can you just imagine your hand just...
Found the power generator. It's not spinning.
Explains why we didn't pick up any radio chatter. Think we can get it running?
Well, it's locked up, but yeah, looks intact.
Hold on, I'm coming up.
Oh shit. Oh, I wonder if she has different thoughts on things. I'm just gonna check this. If it's the same, then I'm gonna assume no. Oh. Is this not her? Wait, who is this? Who are we? Oh, whoops. Oh, well, that's fine. I know he's the dad, but I'm not totally sure on her because she doesn't quite look... No, this is Charlie, right? Yeah. No, she's not the daughter. The daughter is Hope. I think Hope is dead. No, I didn't. I checked out the demo, and I didn't check out too much, I think, because I didn't want to be spoiled, or there just wasn't much to it. Interesting that she has absolutely nothing to say about the photo. No thoughts, empty head. Nothing to say about bills.
Hey, Moses. Silly bear.
Yeah, I think it was quite a short demo. Okay. So, oh.
I forget how frighteningly beautiful the ocean is at night.
Frightening's right. Especially during a storm.
Though there be fury on the waves, beneath them, there is none.
Says who?
Wait, why does he come across a CRT when he's talking to her? Is that because she has a different device? Does it have a little CRT on it that shows his face but just close up, like right on the top of his nose and just his eyes? The bear is quite horrific to look at. Okay, it does look like they're going to have pretty much the same info, but I'm a little curious about the interactive stuff being different between them. We'll see.
Times like this, wish I had something to pray to.
Oh, there's
Please,
Kane.
Let this all be okay. Let it be okay.
I don't quite understand yet what their whole vibe is on all of this. Like, why are they... I don't know. I guess it'll all be revealed.
Deep Sea 15. What is this place?
Who cares? Let's figure out if it's empty, claim the title, and get out of here.
Well, this one may warrant some overtime. I can do this.
Charlie, I mean it. We can't afford this right now.
What does that mean?
It means when risks catch up with you, they catch up with me too.
Okay. Oh!
Charlie, goddammit.
I made it, Mac. It's fine.
It was fine this time.
I know my limits.
That's not the point. The point is if you get hurt with our debt, we lose the boat too. Haven't we lost enough?
That's why we're here.
This woman.
That was, yeah, that was something. Here's another one. I'm gonna do this one too. I kind of want to explore a bit more, but I'm over here now. How do you even say that word? Bent balustrade? Something large and heavy forced these balustrades to near collapse. Whether it fell into the ocean below or was cleared by hand, no trace of the culprit remains. I would guess that the third character would be Hope. If she's alive, I super don't know what's going on. A cumbrous aluminum enclosure stuffed with a chaotic assortment of exotic apparatus and equipment. More double-layered steel walls encase the facility interiors. The cost must have been staggering, though it begs the question as to why it was they felt they were needed. I can do this. Collapsed walkway. The walkway leading to the crew facilities has become a twisted mass of steel and cables. Void. This section of the ocean rig has suffered from the violent gravity of collapsing architecture, tearing away walkways and supports as they fall from above.
Looks like this is the only way. It's rusted shut.
On the outside of the window, oxidation has accumulated over time, sealing it shut. A warped handrail, likely victim to the same occurrence that took out the rest of the walkway. Okay, so we can't walk along there. I will look at that in a second. I just want to go over here real quick. Collapsed walkway. At this height, the wind begins to tug and pull at exposed architecture. The beginnings of a howl starting to form as air gushes through the skeletal remains of the hallway, or walkway.
A lot of damage here. Storm must have done this.
Please be careful.
This isn't my first rodeo, Mac.
Prolonged exposure to the elements has essentially entrapped the crane within a thick coating of rust. Alright, well that's a dead end right there. There was, I think, one other walkway over here. Or a girder or something. Yeah, right here. Oh, it was connecting to this bit. Okay. Right. Twisted rod.
Hi, Mr. Boo. was it?
Good. We're doing stasis, bone totem.
Oh. You walk very slowly.
I just have to click a lot more. So we got this twisted rod thing.
Have fun with your twisted rod.
Okay, thank you. I will. You're gonna what? Oh, would you be able to do me a quick favor? I left my water in the kitchen. Thank you. Let's switch over to Mac here. Duct tape. I suppose we could go up here. This vantage provides a beautiful view of the oceanic expanse, though the highly questionable absence of a railing against a sudden drop results in a vague sense of acrophobia. A dense cluster of electronic wires and cabling. Being open and exposed like this and for so long is a grim prospect for any functional electronics inside. A network of service pipes spread throughout the facility and the veins of the industrial body. Thank you. There's our scanner droid boy. Metastasized corrosion has eaten away at the Deep Sea 15 signage. The steel walls here seem to have been built doubly thick. While common in construction and casing and containing high-pressure environments, it strikes you as somewhat unusual to find such a sturdy wall housing rig facilities. More hastily packed luggage, intermixed with containers filled with spare parts.
Something's not right. All this equipment, why would they leave it?
You've heard of gift horses, I presume.
Yeah.
Doubly thick.
And Trojan horses.
A pair of freshwater tanks store water for use by the crew. You're not quite sure how fresh the water is, though, considering how long it may have been standing there. The informative poster features basic information on the power distribution layout for the DS-15. The code AAFGJJAA is legible. There is a QR code right there, and I am going to check it out. This feels familiar. I think this was in the demo. So what comes up is, before I even click on it, it says, "There are no clues here." It's just a Google search that says there are no clues here. That's really good. AAFGJJAA. Okay. The massive fan blades dissipate heat from the electro pump power generation room below. Ah.
Damn it. I think the gear operator's bust.
I can fix it. Pass it over in the QSD.
Pass it over in the QSD. I'm gonna need the fuse as well, probably, I'd assume. Oh, I see. This won't be it, but just for fun. Okay, yeah. It says no. This is a cool interface, by the way. I really like this. Oh, shit. I could have just stayed over there as well. And just do... So this is interesting that we can just pass stuff freely like this. Right?
These fuse boxes are tricky, but the control unit should work now.
Nice. Easy peasy, baby. Truly an achievement. Oh, come on. Let me tase myself. Alright. Nice. So what's this biz?
Door won't budge.
Yeah. Rig this size, those bulkheads are magnetically sealed.
Ha. This guy ain't stronger than a magnet. Pfft. I got those on my fridge.
Need something to pry this lock.
Oh, you mean like something straight and metallic? Too bad someone lost our crowbar, isn't it?
Hey, that seagull was eating my sandwich.
Time to use some raw strength. Straighten this out. There you go. There it is. What's this?
And got it. Now let's get that power back on.
I would really appreciate that.
What a useless door locking mechanism. God damn. I will find something eventually. I will. Just wait till we pick up a drill. I'm going for it immediately. This complex apparatus increases the voltage of the power generation system. Energy is distributed throughout the rig by this mass of machinery. I'm sure that's what the engineers call it. Yeah, I'm gonna head over there to the massive machinery and we gotta tune that up a little bit and it's gonna distribute the power across the rig. The beating heart of the massive rig sits in silence. Turbine starter. To activate these old rig turbines, a gas catalyst, not a gas catalyst, is used. This old mechanism powers the entire platform, which is rather remarkable.
Out of fuel, looks like.
Of course. Rust away. Fucked up ass hose. Just turning the old valve there. Good shit. Alright, we got a lot of stuff going on here. First of all. No. 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 Alright. Well, we're gonna do that. We got some rust away.
Rust in peace.
Good work there.
Thanks. Heading inside.
That was timed perfectly. Holy shit. I thought it was a sound that the Rustaway was making. Like, boy, what a product. Has an orgasm every time you squeeze the trigger. Welcome. Thank you for the raid, Justin. Welcome, friends. Welcome, welcome. Phew. Ah. Gotta get those out of here. Get that out of here. We're going in.
Oh, whoa. It's dark. Power's off here.
The crates are stacked in a way that clearly suggests they were intended as a barricade. Okay. Oh.
Warning. Elevated heart rate detected.
Oh my god.
Charlie. What is that?
It's a body.
Okay, that's it. Get back to the boat.
No, Mac. It's okay.
It's okay? It's a body. A really messed up one, too. We're out of here. Authorities can deal with this.
It's not like we haven't seen bodies before. Remember the Starfall?
That was different. It was a contract. We knew there was going to be...
And now we know the same thing here.
Charlie.
We can do this.
We don't have any idea what's going on here. Whatever killed him could kill us too.
Exactly. We don't know. We don't know if it's dangerous or if it isn't. So, we stay until we find out.
Charlie.
Just a little further, Mac.
Mac is correct here.
We need this. We need it. You know I'm right.
A little further. The next time I call it. It's called...
Flayed Man. Ah, the flayed man. The final meal of a sacrificed man has spilled on the ground. In the dim light, the slaughter-soaked concrete glistens. Let's have a look, shall we? I love how she's doing one of these.
This looks...
Like what?
like it's staged, like a...
Hey, thank you for the streams.
like a ritual.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
Why would you do that, though? Okay, I don't know what that does yet. Interesting, though. It's got something going on, like there's some flowers stuffed in its eye socket. I'm not sure. Yeah, the stop motion-y. Stasis was like that, too. The original one was very much that style. Let's read the old PDA. Look at this guy. Stephen Cameron, technician. These are so good. I've been assigned to assist Dr. Elsewhere should she require anything to be lifted or transported. Apparently her bones are messed up, soft as chalk. It feels like I'm on Vulcan Death Watch again. Did I mention she smells like zinc and brimstone? 37 log entries were erased remotely. It doesn't look like hair. It looks like he's got a weird hat on. A really weird hat. Message to Captain Haskeen. Sir, we've lost comms with the mule. Impossible to say for sure, but all the connections going dead simultaneously doesn't seem like a mechanical error. I hear our occupying force is communicating below just fine. I guarantee they've noticed the mule's comms are down, and they don't seem bothered. Captain, my take? They cut the comms to control the flow of information from the mule. Don't want anyone accidentally learning about what's happening down there. If I'm right, they're doing cleanup rather than containment, and we need to make sure we don't start looking like we need a wash. Cap told me that most systems have been shut down remotely. Any attempt to use them brings up an error saying Deep Sea 15 no longer exists, as it's now listed as lost. I did stuff like this during my time with Blue Haven in the 70s. We called it a goat fuck operation. Evacuate what personnel and data we can, then burn the place to the ground. The standard procedure was to set the site to self-destruct. This buys time to generate plausible deniability and shape an internal narrative. A goat fuck operation. Message to entire list. I'm texting all channels. Is anyone there? The last thing I remember was helping move cargo, captain's orders, and then something heavy hit me on the head, knocking me out. Dr. Elspeth was the only one in the room with me. I woke up covered in blood and not a living soul around. What the hell happened here? A ton of debris washed up on the landing. Life jackets and equipment from the Sebastian. I won't tell the captain. He is not coping well. Oh, sweet mother. The bell came back and something climbed out. I heard screams. They didn't sound human. Taking the time to type that out in my PDA. Ah! A boat showed up and a monster climbed out. It is chasing me right now. Ah! Cap, I got the sentry gun up and running. And by some miracle, I also got the DNA sniffer working. So if we can get a sample from that skin job, we can target it specifically. I've seen these rounds perforate tank plating out in the field, so anything that gets so much as grazed will be reduced to chunky mince. The battery was fried, so I spliced its cabling into our power grid. It should stay operational while we have power, and it has ammo. Also, uploads to Luna finished while I was working, so they got whatever data they wanted. Soon after, the system started doing a local scrub of our servers. It took a while, but I managed to catch that it was scrubbing every mention of this operation from our systems. I have a feeling that our time is up. Beer, thank you for the gift subs. Tick-tock. That's all I hear. Goatfuck operations always end in a large explosion. No explosion then? Sid didn't make it. I heard him scream and then he was gone. Cap, you were sleeping when I left. I'm heading out now to deal with the old generator. The gas needs a refill. I should be done before anything goes to hell. Lock the door just in case. Please, Cap. I need to head out to grab some supplies and start jury-rigging the long-range radio so that this works out for our benefit. This sounds sentimental and somewhat ridiculous given the circumstances, but I will grab some flowers from cold storage. I know Yvette loved yellow daisies, and we would feel better if we sent her off respectfully. Chin up. See you soon, Cap. So that's where the flowers came from. Weird and wild. Weird and wild. Bowels. No, walk through them. A wispy web of meat stretches lazily upwards, whatever craft or device holding them aloft, hidden in the darkness above. The strands dance and oscillate in time with the dust particles brought to life by the drafty air. Beads of blood hanging from the tendrils, each reflecting a dot of light, a profane decoration upon necrotic wings. Beer, thank you, thank you. Beads of blood. AA, TK, JJ, AA, FGBN. These are the same markings from our chart. Hey, buddy, you got a cough there? You got a little cough? Just go drink some water, bud. So that's probably helpful to know. Just a classic hork. Variegated hanging chains clink quietly in the soft currents of the draft. This gives me vibes. What am I thinking of? Hell in Space. Why is it slipping my mind? It's a movie I enjoy. No. Event Horizon, thank you. Yeah, hey, hi. It's not that time, buddy. It's not that time. The elevator doors are operated by this control panel.
Damn. Without power, this elevator's not going anywhere.
Working on it.
Work faster.
I'm detecting some additional meat. What is this? A couple of these weighty foil tarps have been used to cover the steel framework piercing through the center of the room, though not much headway was made before the attempt was abandoned. It's unclear what purpose this piece of equipment serves. The best guess is that it analyzes whatever is dropped into the receiver, but it's impossible to know without power.
Look at this. Fuel cylinder resupply station.
Functional.
Looks it.
That'll come in handy.
Yeah, right now. I love that I can just trade things instantly between them. No bullshit, no mucking around. We don't have to go back to somewhere to, you know, just, it's just nice. Screwdriver, eh? Cowards. Oh, I've given him the screwdriver. Hopefully I don't need it. Let's see. This looks like a hologram. Nice. This rocks. It looks like it's already on. Yeah. Oh. Full fuel cylinder. I didn't touch any of the symbols. I'm curious what they meant. Maybe I shouldn't fuck with it. I have no idea. That didn't change anything. It's fine. Hello? Grab? Oh, okay, I got it. There we go. Okay. Well, we need a lot more than just this, but we have this now. So let's slap it in there. Oh.
Mac, where are you? Where are you?
I like how it started with him just being like, "Ah, haha, I'm a silly guy. I have spilt the gas," and then dead.
Mortis.
Yes. Okay, so maybe we need to figure out the hose thing. I think I know the answer actually.
And voila! Airtight.
There you go again. Using fancy words, making yourself look smarter than me.
Airtight?
Honey, I don't need fancy words for that.
I stuck the tank in raw. Didn't even think about it. Didn't think that it would be a problem. Because I just didn't think that it would just be open. But it sure was. Oh, wow. I don't need that. I don't need that big ass hint. I got this all figured out. What's that? Okay, well that didn't kill me at least. Error. What's the problem here? Like, it shoots fire out of right here. Let's try strength on everything. See if it does anything to any of this. I don't think it does. I'm guessing that it is like an amount of gas or a mixture or something along those lines. There's also this very suspicious little chart right here, right? This probably means something. Canister itself doesn't really have anything of note on it. The other side of the barrier, it strikes you that you're not quite sure which side of the barricade was meant to be cut off. Alright, let's go back and look at that chart. This is X'd off. That's scratched out. Only FG and JJ are open. I have a thought here. Actually, let's also walk him back to the other. Oh, we're right here. Right, up. This. JJ. Push start button. JJ is circled out of all this. This might not be honestly relevant to us at this point. I'm not sure. Let's look at the diagram that's on here again. So this is 4 columns and 3 rows. So let's go now back to the one thing. The little computer. I don't think this is going to be a matching amount of... Yeah. Okay, it is actually. So what was it? So it's 147911. 147911. This one was different though. But they don't have multiple states. They just have on or off. I don't know if I did something different there. Yeah, I did. I'm a genius. All right. All right. Switch distribution control. Input correct substation sequence. Not correct. Okay, so is this a combination of the information on her chart and his? I think his just said AAFGJJAA again. Hers says no AA, no TK, FG actually. JJ AA. Maybe so I have to leave all these out and just do FG and JJ 1 and like in 2 and 3 and leave the others off, I guess. Is that what they mean? That's what they meant.
And let there be light.
Good work. Problem though.
What?
Can't access the rig schematics. There's a security lockdown. Stand by.
Mapping vector updated.
Okay, I'm in. There's a control room through that sealed door on the upper deck. If we're gonna override the lockdown, that's where we do it.
Got it, I'll check it out.
Alright, yuck. Roaring to life, the gas turbine sends power to the rest of the rig through an intricate network of conduits. Alright, we're off to the races. This door should work now, I assume. I'm curious if I can take stuff back from this now that we're done down there. Nope.
So, yeah. No chance I'm squeezing through this.
What about Moses?
You're kidding.
He's helped sort scrap before. Already has a comm rig and a QSD. We can trade items with him just like we do with each other.
I don't like talking.
That's the third one.
Every time he asks about...
He was with her when it happened.
It happened because of him.
That's not fair.
I'm just saying what it is. She jumped in after him.
It's still not fair.
Fine, I'll get the damn bear.
Here, take his key. And be nice.
Oh boy. It's hard to see. Gotta use strength to use the key.
I am Moses. I am Hope's best friend.
Hope isn't here, Moses.
Ah, yes. I remember. The water. I do not like water. She tried to...
Head up to the top of the rig. I need you to squeeze through an open door there.
I will not see Hope again.
Head up to the top of the rig. Get through
Oh
the
boy.
door. Now.
Oh
Yes,
boy. Smart Bear. We have the special Smart Bear interface.
I miss Hope, Charlie.
I do too.
I miss playing with her.
I do too.
Is it wrong to wish I could stop missing her? Sometimes I feel guilty for wishing it.
No, I think that, it isn't wrong at all.
My Charlie.
Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay.
I do not like water. In water you are powerless. There is a lot of water here. Water is unsafe. I do not like water.
It'll be dry inside. I promise, Mose.
My Charlie. Charlie Mac, I am inside.
It is
Okay.
not dry.
Now you need to get to the control room. It's on the other side of that bulkhead.
Soggy pieces of detritus float in the thin film of liquid muck that covers the floor. Many months' worth of leaks, from rain to faulty pipes, generally maintained by regular upkeep, have flooded the floors and doused the interior with humidity. Various cartons of non-processed food have been stuffed into these containers. The interior radiates an unusually high heat, made worse by the pungent aroma of rot that permeates the air. Pipes, likely ferrying boiling water, are distilled from the ocean below. What's that I'm hearing? Is that the bear? Or is it someone, like, gagging?
The floor is slippery here. Children should be cautious.
Good job, Mr. Bear. A pair of tanks containing compressed air. One tank seems to have recently sprung a leak, likely due to a lack of maintenance.
Kitchens can be dangerous places. Utensils, sharp objects, and powered equipment should always be stored safely.
A sickly green mold has spread across the rotting food. Whatever was stored here seems to have been removed before or after the rack was tilted over. Rows and piles of processed foods and company-mandated ingredients, conspicuously untouched in a kitchen otherwise stripped of supplies. A pair of menus listing what meals and ingredients are sanctioned by corporate, and a list of what provisions are delivered weekly. A small mountain of plastic cutlery, plates, and bowls lies trapped within and underneath the overturned rack. Over a dozen water bottles are reserved for cooking. Whatever chemicals were mixed into the water have long since begun to separate, spreading a sickly stain within the interior. A befouled collection of mugs, plates, utensils, all caked with a thick layer of rotten leftovers. The stink is invasive and aggressive, and proximity would invoke profound nausea. False rain trickles down the window exterior, presumably from a cracked pipe above. Okay, so there's a whole thing over there, but it looks like there's a PDA here. Yes. Oh. We got the special bear tablet. I like that every interface is custom to each of the characters. Sid Cookie Monster Mason, chef. Whoever took these profile videos was a madman. My Christmas lunch menu is Peruvian string beans and oyster soup, followed by prime rib and pickled eggs with a chestnut dressed salad on the side. Dessert will be cloverleaf rolls dipped in honey. Double rations for your drinking pleasure. I caught a glimpse of Dr. K's new pet this morning. She's been growing some tumorous meatballs in Baron's lab. I swear I heard her cooing to it as though it were a newborn while she carried it around in a napkin. Her obsession with mixing her bodily fluids into whatever organic morsels she can find is getting to me. While cooking breakfast this morning, I suddenly panicked that she'd somehow contaminated the ingredients. Not long ago, I found one of her fish in the extended storage freezers, covered in pustules. A weird mucus-like goop crawled out of its gills and across the drawer interior. I swear to God, its dead eyes were staring at me as if pleading. I asked Steve to toss it, burn the drawer, and order a replacement, but I can still smell the thing no matter how much I wash. I was asked to whip up a batch of goodnight juice for Kurt. He's still having those bad dreams. A tasty blend of synthetic opioids, cough syrup, sedatives, hypnotics, and essential oils will have him sleeping like a baby in stasis. I am genuinely happy that I went through all that effort to get a transfer topside. I was cooking down there long enough to get a whiff of what they were digging up. Imagine being in lockdown there. I wonder if Abelazes is okay. I doubt we still count as friends after the way we parted, but I wouldn't want anything terrible to happen to him. It's that synth asshole Corbin who keeps me from visiting. Gotta say, it's been a luxury not needing to worry about random security inspections, cavity searches, or its dipshit attitude. I'm no longer a holy man, but I've been praying for some Black Ops thug mistakes for... I've been praying that some Black Ops thug mistakes him for a toaster and puts a few rounds in his plastic face for target practice. Yeah, that would put a smile on my dial. Great news! The company rescue boat, Sebastian, is being prepped for departure. We've been tasked with loading boxes of reports and crates of artifacts on board. There is barely enough space on deck for all this treasure, so I'm not sure where we will batten down. Haha. Abdulaziz? I blew it. I blew it majorly. I don't know what I said. Abdulaziz or something like that. The ship's crew seem to shudder with disgust whenever they look at us. They aren't even Navy. These guys look like bullet stoppers. Whatever, I'm too tired to care. And I'm glad most of us will be off this miserable platform in an hour. I hope Abdulaziz joins us. Aziz, light! 12 log entries were erased remotely. There is some whistling going on, and I don't know why. I think it's the bear. I think he's whistling, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Guess we're part of the collateral after all. As the ship departed, I saw Baron and several executives watching us plead the way a child watches a worm eat an insect from the inside. This was the first time I allowed myself to really see his face. It will stay with me to the grave. Cap D has called a strategy meeting. An animal caught in a trap will gnaw off its leg to escape. We will survive this. Together. We're working hard at it. My Christmas lunch menu is Peruvian... Oh, we're back at the beginning. Sorry. That was interesting.
This place smells bad. I would like to go home now.
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
Language, Mac.
I know, Moses. It's okay. We'll leave soon. I promise.
I will leave soon.
Okay, this is ominous. This has no description whatsoever other than take a look in all caps. The overturned table and chairs speak to a panicked scene. Either pushed to the side to make room for something being moved through, or a victim of trapped frustration. I feel like the bear makes horrific sounds. The forlorn pool table was shoved to the side. Dampness has copiously ruined the felt, and mold has claimed much of the remaining base. The unwelcome aroma of damp intermingling with rot permeates this room. A scene of chaos with furniture driven aside and handfuls of paper left to disintegrate in the standing water blanketing the floor. A series of notice boards displaying a variety of materials. Rotation schedules, a notice of arrivals and departures of staff, notifications and sign-ups for crew activities, a TV schedule, and regulation reminders are dotted around adverts for company products and personalized iconography. Yo, this bear actually reminds me of
This is not safe for children to eat.
Look at that. Food's still on the plates.
Yeah. They left in a hurry.
Or didn't leave at all.
I'm reminded of the bear from AI. Collectible VHS. Cave. I want to watch it. Rip-a-rooney. It's not interactive, but it probably matters. So we've got 8 pointed stars. These two almost appear as if connected by this beam of light across there. And this almost looks like maybe it's the same shape as these, but obscured. Good luck finding these little shits. Oh no. I thought that said rooster at first because I'm an idiot. Deep Sea 15 Pool League. Home team, other home team. There's 2 F Gampties? Gampty and Gampty. Winner gets their choice of shift rotations for a month. 2 months. See captain for Zetting pool numbers. Forgetting pool numbers. It looks like a backwards. It looks like a Z or backwards S. Or I don't know. Strange. Is this a code? 1001 01 1001 1001. Who knows binary off the top of their head? That's a strange looking bee. Which one? All right, in the vent we go, I guess. I assume, I presume.
The door is closed.
You're small. Find a way in.
I will try. My Mac.
My Mac. Light flickers through the air vent, revealing a sickly pulsating light beyond. I like that, that's great. Alright, well we should probably switch it off. Oh. Okay, that's more on. than it was before. Mac, I need the screwdriver, buddy.
Goodness. This could cause injury if it lays here.
I'm gonna cause injury to you if you keep spouting out public service announcements. This is a deep sea installation. Everything on it's dangerous, okay?
Just ignore him, Mose.
Bye, Charlie.
Okay. Oops. I didn't mean to actually click on Mac. Okay, not so much. Get out of here.
I'll say this for him, he breaks things apart really well.
Thank you, Mac.
Amazing.
I'm in the control room.
Good work, Mose. Now, can you find an access point and override the security lock?
Am I allowed to do that, Charlie?
We're giving you permission.
Can he do that?
Yeah, he can. I've, kind of improved his design. He's a very smart bear now.
I am a very smart bear now.
I'm loving this. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I am into this. A thin film of dirty water coats most of the floor, perpetuated by the occasional drip from the ceiling. Do they? They do! Thank you. Screwdrivers are not toys. No, because they will poke your eye out. Sometimes Mac puts a magnet on my head to hold his beer. This is a metal stick for reaching under chairs so that Charlie can retrieve toys. He's a very smart bear. What a smart bear. I don't even have to transfer them around to get the descriptions. My husband has apparently made it less pretzel-like. I think it was prettier when it was twisted up. This rare earth magnet is strong as all heck. Mac threw my previous screwdriver at a dolphin. I'm beginning to think he has anger issues. Incredible. The best screwdrivers have comfortable handles. Unfortunately, this is not one of them. I'm fixing to peg a dolphin clean in the noggin with this beauty. What a useless door locking mechanism. Yeah, baby, now it's a decent weapon that may come in handy. Incredible. Morbidly, it seems the staff were abandoned along with the facility. Oh! I don't know what that said, but that's awesome. Help. Oh, it says help me. Steel tubes carry data cables and control signals to the rest of the Deep Sea 15 ocean platform. I love that. That is so sick. It reminds me very much again of Event Horizon, right? That's when they did the original like jump scare of the control room in the Event Horizon. They did it just like that. Every accessible surface has been covered in switches and dials to regulate this massive rig. There is a blinking light on this terminal. Numerous clumps of paper lying on the damp floor, slowly congealing into the soft mush. There are a series of work terminals and readouts, from long-range and local communications to weather readouts and structure integrity reports. But, unfortunately, only one seems to be powered. Oh, hello. The humid air has resulted in the skin being pulled taut to the bone. The back of the chair is visible through the bullet wound. The shimmering plastic of the body bag bulges as though the contents are straining to get out. The high-caliber sentry gun is programmed to autonomously aim and fire at targets identified by its genetic sensors.
Hello, I am Moses. What is your name?
Moses found another body.
Getting a really bad feeling here.
Just a little further.
Hello, what is your name? Screwdrivers aren't safe, but corpses, you say hi to them. Hey buddy, it's not time yet. Donald Big D Haskeen, Captain. You will make all indulgences to our representative, Baron, as if he were Cain himself. As of this 0800 hours, the mule has initiated quarantine. Supplies and water will be rationed, so listen up, fuzznuts. If this is your first quarantine experience, crockery only gets washed once per day, after evening chow. One flush only. Get used to the shitter smell, or pucker up. You get one fresh water shower a day. I'll be keeping an eye on the meters. One meal pack per employee, company or commissioned, per shift. These restrictions do not apply to corporates. We'll adjust rationing to accommodate their schedule and proclivities. I'll be hassling the mule for updates on how long this will last. Hopefully it's only a drill, like last time. It's been 3 weeks since this lockdown quarantine bullshit started. Somebody really humped the bunk. I miss you, Yvette. I hope you were safe down there. 25 days in and still no updates. Not a word from Yvette. The banging and shouting you've been hearing over the last hour would be the unannounced arrival of a SEC team. The ship they arrived on, the Sebastian, is moored to the DS-15 Dock 5, which is out of bounds. Do not screw with these guys. They stormed the facility like they were raiding a goddamn drug lab and had itchy trigger fingers for anyone standing in their way. These war chickens are taking orders directly from corporate, and the rest of us are just in the way. I'm available if you have any questions or concerns, but keep your eyes open for goddamn sake. Or for God's sake? I guess that's what they mean. Keep your distance. Keep it together, Don. Your crew needs you. Yvette will be fine. I've got more bad news. The Weather Service has alerted us to a mother of a large shitstorm approaching our mobile Chernobyl from the southwest. Our own ping jockeys predict we've got about 9 hours before it hits, so tend to any hatches and bulkheads. You know the drill. Get those supplies strapped down and brought in, and make sure your assigned cargo has been mag-locked. I want everything to be ship-shape. Let's not take any chances here. This storm looks like an angry one, and the grunt work will help us keep our minds off things. 49 log entries were erased remotely. Attention, with the storm rocking in 2 hours, we were given the marching order. Pack up your shit and get to Dock 5 in 30 minutes, no exceptions. Move it. Kane's Reign. Someone at HQ didn't want us talking and flipped a kill switch. All outgoing net functionality is dead with a single exception. Kane Luna. It's the only place our hardware is talking to right now. By the looks of it, it's a hell of a conversation. Mule comms are still good, but our broadcast blackout means that we're also cut off from the rest of the world, and I'm starting to think that's the point. The Mule hardline died. No more chatter from Kane Luna. Screams from maintenance. Part of me regrets not boarding the Sebastian when it left, but I couldn't abandon my crew, or Yvette. It's nice to have her close, even like this. I keep wondering if I could have saved her if I had fought my way down earlier. Rationally, I know they'd have shot me, shot both of us, but maybe it would have been better to die together instead of just finding her too late. I'll meet my maker soon. Waiting is agony. I'm just too tired for it. But I think it would be nice to watch the fireworks with her. To sit together one last time before everything comes crashing down, listening to our hearts beat in tune as we join the Nexus. Well, it was rough for the old captain. Let's check out this body bag. That was timed perfectly. Tim, thank you for 116 months. Amazing, incredible. Oh. Pardon me. Didn't mean to,
Children should not try this.
I don't have a real heart, but I do have a brain. Right, we're just taking that heart. The enthusiastically barred door hints at the size of the facilities within. The elevator is barricaded with timber panels and braced with welded steel plates. Whoops. I went and did that thing again. He said he doesn't have a heart. Nope. The sentry gun seems conspicuously placed, right? The high caliber sentry gun is programmed to and blah blah blah. I already read that.
Guns are not toys.
It's got a CD-ROM on it. Okay. What do we need a bionic heart for? And what the fuck does all of this do? I doubt any of this is going to do anything to this, right? Yeah. The biopower heart's source is still functional. It's too bad this one is mostly meat and veins. Seems as if the power source could be ripped clear of the juicy bits.
What is it?
Separated the power source from this heart. Was completely embedded into the meat.
Wash your hands, Mac.
Lovely. Right? Maybe not so much. It looked like maybe it would hook up, you know? I thought wrong. This makes the hair on my body stand up like a cornfield. Oh yeah, I should see what did she say about it? Did she say anything about it? Oh, just a tiny mobile power source that could connect to just about anything. Tiny mobile power source, huh? No, right? No, you can only use items in puzzle interfaces. And this ain't that. Okay, well, I know what to do, actually. Well, actually, I'm probably gonna need that back. Let's... What was that? What was that? Was that an alert? What happened? I'm so lost and confused. Okay.
Connection secure. Firewall override. Access granted.
Hacker face.
Improved.
He's in.
I see what you mean. He's actually useful now.
Mac, please be nice.
It's a damn toy.
Not to her. He wasn't.
Exterior and interior bulkheads are cycling pre-checks. Please be patient.
Mag doors are gonna open.
Okie dokie. Now is it gonna target me? Ah. I need this back. Depleted power cell. Oh, hell yeah. All things in the world need batteries to work, but do not put them in your mouth. Lovely. What am I going to do with an empty power cell? Well, buddy, you're gonna go over here, and you're gonna do this. We just need a fuse now. How about this magnet? Nope. What about this? Okay, nope. What about that? Nope. What about this? Nope. Well, we sure did try. We sure did try. Now, when he said shit was opening up, where? Ah, this is on now. Security implant required. Right. No problem. I know where to get that. Need to borrow this. Why did the head turn? That was unnecessary. I'm sure that's not blood. Yes, yes, it's only ketchup. It has some red paint on it, and it smells like nuts. I had one of these implanted in my right foot back in my army days. Amazing. I'm gonna bet this thing needs power.
That actually worked.
What did you do, Charlie?
Just mimicked the sound of a human heart to get this security implant to work. Nothing big.
So smart, Charlie.
I see why you keep him around.
Nice. The implant can now be used to gain access to restricted areas on this platform. However, it appears that the remaining power is limited to a single use. I want to draw on this with my crayons. Charlie is such a whiz at fixing stuff. I am the muscles, she's the brain, and Moses is the annoying stepchild. Oh, it's not happy. It's not happy. What do you need? What's your problem? You need a little magnet? Yeah, there you go. Oh, I don't remember seeing this. Oh, did we went up. We already went up. We didn't get like an animation for that or anything. We just like teleported. Clumps of dried viscera still cling to the ground, the sight and scent of which make your primal instinct spike. The hope that the splatter was caused by a dropped corpse is hardly comforting, but the alternative is too terrible to consider. Putrid excretions have stained the canvas sheets.
Oh, Jesus. I got 2 more bodies here.
Like the ones upstairs?
No. No, these are worse. And they're in body bags.
I'm getting really close to calling this, Charlie.
I think he just likes saying calling this. It's just his favorite thing to say. Dark shapes occasionally brush against the underwater lights, only hinting at their size and form as they slide through the water.
Wow. The diving bell is huge. I mean, this thing can take an enormous amount of pressure.
How far down do you think they were going?
With equipment like this, deep. Very deep.
You don't say. The boarding bridge for the diving bell. Yeah, hold on. Where was I getting those torn pages? Oh, okay, here we go. The blood trail suggests that at least one of the bodies was extracted from the bell when it resurfaced. Undersea lamps illuminate the water's surface, shards of brightness flickering at the tips of the waves. Still, beyond a few feet, visibility is consumed by the abyssal darkness of the ocean. Elevator diagram. The torn pages from an operating manual are doused with water. The text is barely legible, but it is apparent that the diving bell can be submerged at great depths. We're going in, baby. This is definitely going to be totally fine. Oh, no. Oh, God. Yeah, this is reminding me of Sphere. This is reminding me as well of that fucking one with the CG water alien thing. Abyss. I think it was, yeah, it's just Abyss. Abyss is a wild movie. It's not bad. In comparison to the surroundings, the diving bell operator's terminal appears to be rather antiquated. However, appearances can be deceiving. Well, I think it says that the diving bell go down. Yep. Oh man, this is gonna be fucked up, right? They're gonna be split up. Are they gonna do it on purpose, or is it going to suddenly activate as soon as I touch this?
Can you hack that?
Not by myself. Moses, I'm gonna need your help here.
My Charlie.
Oh, so the bear and her. Blank data disk. Alright, we'll mose our way over in a bit. I'm still exploring around here. There's still more to explore. The sounds of waves lapping at the edges of the walkway echo through the room, while the intermingling scents of salt and rot empower a sense of claustrophobia. A diving bell hangs suspended over a moon pool, the water an iris to the bell's pupil in the middle. The writing in this is really good. It's just really good, huh? I enjoy reading it. The steel walls curve to mirror the interior, a metallic cage to confine whatever may emerge from the depths below. The immense apparatus hangs in the air, supported by the groaning arms of metal latticework. Oh, okay. Was there nothing over here? Just a big dead end? Seems that way.
What the hell? This isn't an oil rig, Mac. It's some kind of lab.
Yeah, I see it. It explains why there's no AIS. Yeah. They're operating off the grid out here.
But why?
Interestingly, no notes or interactivity with whatever's on the table there. The wall tiling brings to mind the type of rundown laundromats found in seedy parts of town. Whoever worked here seemed to have left in a hurry, leaving papers strewn and specimens abandoned mid-analysis. Report on skeleton. A row of transparent dividers separates this room from the next. While they do little to bar entry, they convey that only those with valid credentials or equipment are permitted beyond. Well, fuck that. Both the walls and floor are covered in thick padding, presumably to offer protection to any valuable or fragile items of interest brought in for study. Unfortunately, leaking water has soaked into the padding, and the sounds and sensation of walking across are not pleasant. Oh. My goodness.
Charlie, what in Kane is that?
I don't know. Whatever it is, it's ancient. And doesn't have anything to do with Kane.
The fuck is that? A cage of carved bone wraps around a black monolith of unknown origin. Penetrating photographs of the sarcophagus have been shuffled amongst the paperwork. The images reveal a deformed body encased in the stone prison. Huh. That's crazy. Various documents and scrawled notes blanket portions of the workstations, otherwise populated by a collection of archaic occult textbooks, academic journals, and digital cassettes. The room is cold and unmoving, but the machinery is warm and ready to receive input from the personnel who will never work in this slaughterhouse again. A long curtain of plastic sheeting surrounds the interior, operating rooms, or quarantine facilities. Neither association is a pleasant implication. What the hell is this? I didn't realize they still use these old discs anymore. However, I do know they can hold a tremendous amount of data. Plastic floats in the toilet. I'll frame this along with my floppy disk and CRT screen. Yeah? It wants something from us. Probably that. But I need the code. Okay. Carved disc. A large coin-shaped disc dominates this side of the room. The quality with which the stone has been sculpted suggests it was made with modern-day equipment, though the numerous symbols emblazoned on the surface do not resemble any glyphs you recognize.
Huh. Look at these drawings.
I like these. They are pretty.
You and I have very different definitions of pretty, Bear.
Pyrokinetic Penguin, thank you for 102 months. So that's probably our code up there, right? But of course it's partially obscured. Something 09. 309, maybe 809. Could be 509. Hmm. 1809. That's cool.
Mac, look at this. It looks ancient. Like a fossil.
And not human either. I like this place less and less.
Coestar, biochemist. Those are some eyes. I'm slowly growing accustomed to my condition following the unfortunate incident. In many ways, the noose hanging over my head has sharpened my intuition and emboldened my drive. I'm beginning to accept that it was a necessary catastrophe that allowed me to push beyond my previous capabilities. The downside is that I have no one to consult on scientific matters. The other research staff here dawdle in minor work, while the rest are goons trained only in manual labor. My closest peer is the occult expert Baron. Still, we are forbidden from addressing him directly or making eye contact, which is a ludicrous authoritarian move. Still, even in isolation, I have ideas. I've been thinking about how I can turn this curse of mine into a boon. I'm curious to see how it would affect other biomatter. Watching the cook sit at the edge of the platform and fish gave me an idea of where I could find suitable test samples. I may not have access to that sexy mule research, but my position affords me some perks, including shared samples. I have been analyzing a fascinating sample from Alpha's old Sheila project. Based on the generated model, its vestigial organs appeared to have no use. The eyes were hollow sacs of fluid, and the legs were of different sizes. But Sheila is not the Holy Grail. It is merely an evolutionary stepping stone. The Pteropedia Sachelinensis 139 is our salvation. But it remains beyond my grasp as a mere cane supplicant. Mr. Darren, while I understand that proper procedure must be followed, your ignorance threatens my research and well-being. Unfortunately, corporate is currently preoccupied with organizing the Omega construction, so I'm forced to debase myself by going through you to obtain my injections. Don't confuse these for some farcical dietary supplements. Without them, the nanites in my blood would corrode my bones to the point of shattering, after which the same nanites would perpetually rebuild the shards into increasingly hideous forms. It is not a pleasant experience, nor one that correlates with a long life expectancy. If my calcium injections aren't on the next shipment, I will ensure that your contract is terminated and your mother is thrown to the gutters. Label these as the highest priority. My life and your continued employment depend on it. I don't mean to gloat, but my work has yielded impressive results. The introduction of my nanites has revived cells within the bone marrow samples, and they continue to divide at a healthy rate. Moreover, the resultant growth continues to expand exponentially. It will soon be complex enough to allow for an initial biological analysis of the retrieved corpses. I managed to synthesize my very own PS-139 from the remains brought here for Baron. Watching the bioculture mature fills me with pride and relief. It will mark my milestone achievement, one of the few I've managed since we first arrived chasing those signals. I also admit to some dark pleasure in knowing I was right to stay, despite Dr. Alcabor's attempts to replace me with Dr. Yamada. Unfortunately, although predictably, others are covetous of success. Due to the shifting scope of the experiment, and all relevant documentation will be reallocated and escalated. Baron will be taking ownership, and the sample will be moved down to his lab. I doubt I'll get credit beyond a footnote. Fortunately, owing to my meticulous work process, I have copies of my work that I'll be keeping. If Kane isn't interested in giving credit where it's due, I'll find someone who is. I've made contact with an old friend on the mule. He is eager to share his findings with me. Listen here, you little bilge turd. I will personally report you to Baron if you improperly dispose of my specimens again. I won't have the baseborn interfering with company business. I should have you thrown in the brig. I demand to know who else was involved. This really has, this has vibes from so many different movies. Because now this is making me think of stuff like Alien 3 a little bit. Nothing specific here, but just this sort of tone and twisted world. Just really harsh, stark dystopia. As if working with His Highness Baron and his proctoheliosis problem isn't bad enough. Nothing functions properly on this floating rust bucket. They are all interfering weasels here. If Kane catches a whiff of my side projects, there may be a problem. I've told my connection that our clock is now ticking. Mr. Cameron, I need you to hurry to my lab. Is this her contact? Is James Cameron still visiting the Titanic periodically? The evacuation will wrap up within a few hours. Mule operations have concluded, and the bell has been recalled. As such, you will be required to carry specific equipment aboard the Sebastian. I am currently preoccupied with processing and collecting crucial documentation, but I have earmarked the relevant machines for your convenience. Consider this your apology to me for disposing of my core data samples. Oh yes, your friend squealed like a pig when I applied the right pressure. If admission of guilt is beyond your character, I imagine the promise of escaping several weeks of water and food rationing will be an appropriate motivator. PDA K Elspeth 87112, cloned to the device 813AB. I scribbled the code to the Chimera mass storage unit on one of the reports, and I cannot find it for my life. But not to worry, I have the research encoded on a data disk. I am leaving this PDA as a backup should I return. Onward to a bright future. Unhinged, insane, bizarre, truly wild stuff. Okay, what was it? No? Oh, I'm a fool. I'm a simpleton. I'm a dunce. So if we look at this, I think that's upside down. It might be 6089. No. 18. Maybe it's 1806. Or 6. No, it would have to be 1806. All right, never mind. Or 1809. 1809. Chimera mass. Ew. I'm sure I saw the amorphous blob move. I suspect that they grew this from the bone marrow extract of that weird-looking skeleton. Sticky fun. Hope would love to play with it. Where on God's green earth did Charlie find this thing? Is that an eye? I swear it has an eye. Why does it have to talk like the adults in Charlie Brown? We should really put this thing down. Oops, I did not mean to click away. And by now it will have escaped. No, it's still there. We don't seem to be able to end its life. Oh, ew, we can take it back? Why? Why should we do such a thing? Can I put it back? Nope. It is just in our pockets now. Okay then. Can I use strength on it? I can find out. Nope. I know what we can do. He wants to spin this on his finger. Alright. We just need to charge up that fuel cell for this gun. Oh, and I guess the bear was supposed to go over to her, but how can we? We need a fuse, don't we? We don't have one. Well, That's fine. This seems like a good place to call it for tonight, my friends. Throw down a lovely little save up in here. Oh, Viking, thank you for 111 months. God damn. Thank y'all for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the beginning of Screamaday here. I'm very excited. Bone Totem rocks. And I think you all seem to enjoy my little game very much. I appreciate that as well. Thank you for all the subs and bits and screams and so on tonight. And I will see you all tomorrow. I am going to switch to the game if you want to play it a little bit more as the stream ends. So enjoy. I'll see you guys later.